Well, so of all the things we both saw this week, because neither of us saw our movies, we both saw the Peacemaker finale.
It's done. Peacemaker's over.
I cannot wait.
I am bummed.
I cannot wait to hear what you have to say.
I'm so bummed. I'm gonna let you go first.
All right. I'm gonna talk about all the positives of this movie.
Okay.
I mean, this show. First of all,
Are we going the whole series?
Yeah. I want to do the whole series because I can't say this enough that I thought this series was gonna be garbage.
Which is so funny because we all thought that.
Yeah,
Not just me and you. We all collectively thought that.
I cannot state that enough. I cannot state the lack of faith I had in John Cena enough.
I know, poor guy.
I know. I didn't give him the chance at all. And you know what?
Didn't either.
He's honestly probably not probably. In my opinion, he's the best part of the show because he's just so good. Mm-hmm. And he fits that character perfectly.
Yes.
And I had a really good time watching this show. This show is outrageous. It is outrageous. But there are times where there's conversations in this show where it's so grounded that you have this contrast of outrageousness and then reality. All like the whole time.
So perfectly balanced.
It's so perfectly balanced. Because you just like they're just killing these butterflies, and then they're having like a very normal conversation, right? And this outrageousness comes back down with this normalness, right? Yeah. And so now we're even, and I think that's what is carrying you throughout this whole show.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're looking at it like, oh my gosh, this show is insane. It is insane. When you first look at the cow, you're like,
oh my God, did you think it was a normal like cow?
I did.
Right? So did I. I thought it was like a normal, like a farm animal.
Yeah, I thought it was like.
Why would I think it was a giant worm?
Yeah.
With huge cow nipples.
What I thought, I don't know if it's what it was. I thought it was a caterpillar.
Oh.
Sort of like.
I thought it was a worm.
Because I was like, oh, are they playing on the like we are butterflies and this is a caterpillar and like I see what I did there.
I thought it was a worm.
I haven't. It could be a worm. I've read nothing that
it makes sense that it would be a caterpillar.
I've read absolutely nothing that
caterpillar
says
to a butterfly. That's
Isn't that poetic?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Isn't that poetic for a show I thought was going to be horrible?
I thought it was a worm. I really thought it was going to be a dairy farm cow.
I did too, especially because they're like the cow on the farm, right?
Why would
the biggest rope-a-dope that James Gunn could do? We're going to a cow on the farm.
It was disgusting.
So you see it though, and you're just like, "Oh my God!"
So gross.
This is crazy. It's just crazy.
Kind of just, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? It's fine because the next scene. I just have a regular conversation. I think after we see the cow, I think it opens up on the finale, right?
Yeah.
And it's a conversation where Peacemaker and Vigilante are making fart noises every time Adebayo is trying to talk.
She's like, I'm really, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, again, very, very grounded.
Like, hey, we're done with that. He's like, yeah, we were just doing it. Like we were both a part of it.
Yeah, it's like okay, geez, man, yeah. And that's exactly. You're just like, oh, these are like two kids in middle school, like.
But those moments exist throughout the series.
Absolutely.
And every character I totally bought into.
Yeah.
I was on board with. I felt good. The only thing I thought for sure Adebayo's wife was gonna like somehow somebody.
The way that they shot the end of them when they reunited at the very end, I thought for sure.
Just like stab her.
Yeah, like, I thought I thought a butterfly was gonna like burst out of her head.
Yeah, okay.
Just the way they showed it.
And again, it still could.
Yeah,
but that's kind of the main thing I thought of. But like Jennifer Holland did a great job. Like everybody
did a really good job.
But I bought into this team.
Absolutely,
because they weren't like a clear cut. Like these are super secret agents and they know what they're doing and they're highly trained Like these are a bunch of idiots.
Yeah,
all of them.
And you also get the sense that there's still like people that were sent on a suicide mission that like, Waller was still like, yeah, we don't really care. So we're going to send a bunch of idiots over there and try to deal with this problem. And obviously the problem is a lot bigger than even Amanda Waller realized.
Yeah.
But then she's like, oh shit, I have the wrong people on the floor, on the ground, right? Yeah. Which leads into the finale where Amanda Waller's like, oh, I have to actually get the right people sent over there.
Yeah. I even loved how it started because I think the way the first episode started set the tone with him killing. Why do I not know their character? Joe Kinnaman.
Yeah.
Rick Flag.
Thank you. Ooh, when they go back.
That's how it started. I'm like, dude, okay, so that's something that happened to him, and I want to explore it.
Right.
So why do I care? Why did that guys killed millions of people, tons of people, whatever he's killed, massive amounts of people. Why? Who cares that he killed Rick Flag? What does that matter?
Yeah.
And then you go, oh well, he thinks he killed his brother.
Exactly.
And he's like, hey, I said I'm only going to kill people for the purpose of something. Like that's why I kill people.
For peace, right?
And they kind of go back like, I didn't need to kill Joe Kinnaman. What the fuck? Rick Flag. I didn't need to kill Rick Flag because there wasn't a purpose for that. Like that wasn't the right choice that I made. And a lot of emotion. I loved the speech. I'm really bad at this. From Die Beer. What's his name?
Drunk? Economos is his
Economos.
name. Economos.
I loved Economos' speech at the end when they're like, "Hey, what's your humans' memories, or what do you remember about your human?"
And he's like, "Yeah,
dude." And then he's like, "Well, I do this because this is what I thought people would want me to do.
Yeah, I want people to like me or something."
I thought that since I've never had a girlfriend before, that people would care about me, and I thought nobody noticed. And they like cut back to them, and everyone's like,
"Well," and they do a shot on Peacemaker specifically, and he's like,
I didn't know that.
I messed up.
I had no idea. And I'm like, whoa.
Because that's a callback to the first episode, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and they're like...
And everything was so intertwined.
Right.
So perfectly. But even that whole moment, I was like, whoa.
But it's like emotion in a show where you don't expect it, and you don't even...
Because this show doesn't need to have that emotion.
And you don't even... Like, you're not even asking for it.
No.
But it's giving it to you, and it's doing it well. Because I honestly never, ever would have thought that they were going to show us the scene where he kills his brother. And they show us that scene.
Like all of it.
The whole thing.
And how piece of a shit was his dad.
Oh my God. I didn't know. The worst of the worst.
But I didn't know... Again, we don't know
anything. Yeah,
because these are nobody characters.
Yeah,
again, they're not. James Gunn made them real characters, but I didn't know that this character existed, which is a very DC thing for a character like this to exist.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I hope he kills him.
Yeah, and he does.
Super glad.
And he shoots his dad in the face.
Good.
Yeah.
But again, even for what his character was, he did a good job, messing with Chris's psyche and
absolutely,
you did this is why you are the way that you are, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, he brainwashes his kid,
exactly.
right? Yeah, and
then shows up at the end not done yet, pal.
So you really
not done yet.
I know. I'm in your brain forever.
That's scary.
So we got to talk about the ending.
Oh, the big cameo.
The
big cameo. Viola Davis. Didn't expect her to show up. I did not expect Viola Davis to show up. They showed her on the phone earlier,
yeah,
which is cool. But when she actually showed up, I was like, "How cool is that?"
When
they made a mess for her now.
When we were watching the whole thing, Kat was like, "What'd you think?" And I was like, "They got some big names for that last episode."
Viola Davis is huge.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely,
big time.
Yeah.
So I didn't think they would show her at all.
Not at all.
Did on the phone. That's easy.
Yeah.
But
she's just watching it
call her up because she's actually got to shoot a scene, regardless if it was 5 seconds, 8, whatever it was.
Can you come for a day?
Can you come to shoot 8 seconds of something and spend your whole day here doing it?
Right.
She's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm Amanda Waller.
Dang.
Which
is
so
awesome.
Cool.
Okay, so now that we're talking about that.
Now the big one. Oh, that wasn't the big one?
Oh no, Amanda Waller, Viola Davis was not. No. So, but
I really did not expect that.
I didn't expect it either. But you're saying they call her up, they say, "Hey, can you do this thing?" Right? And you know what? We don't know anything. She could be contractually obligated to appear in a certain number of things, right?
Yo, you gotta show
whatever.
up.
in my brain, I like to believe that she's like, I am Amanda Waller and I will do this for you because I love this character, right?
100%.
And so at the end, after the cow is gone, after the cow's dead.
Let me set this one up.
Okay, go for it.
So I believe that they've been building to this the whole season. Have they not been?
To this moment where
To the
cameo?
moment, yes.
Yeah.
Because throughout the series, Chris is ragging on these people.
Absolutely, yeah.
And he's talking shit about them.
Yes.
And he's like, I know them. I know them. I know these guys.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you don't. You're a nobody. You don't know these people.
Right.
They don't know you. They don't care about you. They're of no significance to you.
Why would you know?
Why do you keep telling people that you know them?
He makes fun of them.
Yeah, he like makes fun of them. He's like, oh, he said something about they hung out one time, and he's like, I'll never do that shit again. Something like that. So
funny.
they've been setting it up. I think maybe they hadn't been. Whatever.
No, well, again, I don't know that it's a setup until it happens, and you're like, oh.
Then I look back, it's like, oh,
planting all those seeds early on, and
Correct.
now it's paying off. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What?
But how did you feel about it?
Well,
We'll say it here in a moment. We'll talk about it first. Talk about our feelings before we
you want
it.
you want me to just talk about my feelings?
Yeah.
All right. They were mixed.
Really?
I had mixed feelings.
Oh,
yeah.
no. Tell me why.
Because exactly what you said about Viola Davis. And...
Oh, you think it was like a contractually obligated thing?
No.
Oh.
No. Because 2 people show up and 2 people don't.
Oh, that... Oh, gotcha. Yes, that...
And so that actually annoyed me. Because I'm like, you know what?
Correct.
Don't even show the other 2.
Yeah. You didn't need to.
Just show the 2 that actually gave a shit and showed up on your set.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that you're like, oh, yeah, they had lines. We made them talk. We put the camera on them. And I'm like, yeah, but guess what everybody did? Looked at the other 2 to see what was going to happen, which took focus off the people that showed up.
That I don't understand. Well, I guess I know why they didn't show the floating man.
Why can't we say it?
I don't know why we're not saying it.
Why can't we say it?
So I don't know why they didn't. I think I know why they didn't show Superman, because I guess we still under the impression that we don't know who
that we don't have a Superman, right? So
you could have showed.
Well, so let's just say at the very end of the episode.
Yeah, I don't know why we're.
I don't know why. Yeah, why is this a secret?
That was my fault.
At the very end of not the very very end of the episode, but the end of the fight, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, and Superman show up.
Yes.
Okay, but only Aquaman and the Flash actually show up.
Yeah, so Superman and Wonder Woman are silhouettes.
They're silhouettes.
Black shadows.
Superman's flying. Wonder Woman's there on the side. Yeah. And we only get light on Flash and Aquaman, and they get the lines. And we just sort of have to believe that in that scenario, if Superman and Wonder Woman showed up, they would say and do nothing.
Yeah.
And that actually irritated me.
I could see that, yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? First of all, Peacemaker is holding this dying woman, and Superman's just going to be like, oh, yeah, you walk. Go ahead and walk.
Sorry,
I could pick her up and fly her, but you walk to the car. And here, I feel like he'd be like, I got this.
Yeah.
You know, but it was funny. It was a funny scene, right? Because he's like, you fuck fish or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like, fuck you, Barry.
Yeah. And that's why I liked it, because I'm like, it's like a super DC thing to like even have that joke and to have the language.
Right.
Like, it was just funny, and I don't expect that stuff.
I'm glad
they did it, because again, they didn't need to do that.
Right.
There was no point in it. Like, it didn't enhance anything.
No.
But I'm like, cool. They're like, to me, the way I saw it, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, we still have like a connected universe.
Yeah.
Like these characters all exist in one universe.
That's true. That's a good way to see it.
Christopher Smith and Barry Allen live in the same world.
Yeah.
They're together.
Absolutely.
And so like I took like a comfort in that. I'm like, oh, cool. Like they're still.
Yeah.
Like I'm still again holding on to something that I know is not going to be there.
I get it.
By the end of this year.
I get it.
But like I felt like I was taken back.
Right.
Like an old school, like I still love, and that's why I'll get to it. It was bad because I'm like, this is still not sticking around.
Like, why are you?
Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Because I know it's not a.
Like, why are you doing this to us?
We're not staying.
Yeah.
These four are not staying together.
Right.
Cyborg wasn't there because again, we don't know that.
Yeah.
that
They're like, we don't even want to.
yeah, like we don't
mess
even
with that.
want to do that. So,
Yeah.
but like, how cool would that have been if you just saw his chest again
Yeah.
as a silhouette?
Right.
So to me, I was like, cool. Like this is still a connected universe. These characters still together. I'm sure they did it because Flash is coming up this year and Aquaman's coming up.
Of course.
Wonder Woman's not.
Of course.
Superman's not.
Right. I understand. Yeah.
But the thing
She was in another movie.
that irritated me at the end. I'm like, you're still tearing all of this away from us.
Yeah. So why are you doing
So
this?
why are you doing this? Like,
Yeah.
there's a good chance that I don't know if Ezra Miller is going to continue as the Flash.
There's a good chance.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
He's not going to do Flash for 10 years.
Yeah, he's
Like,
not.
yeah.
He's. I don't even think he'll be in 3 or 4 more. Like, I really think that whatever they're doing, and again, not to go on a tangent with that, like it's all over.
I think so
Really,
too.
the only
Yeah.
two that are there are Aquaman and Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman still has a movie to do. Aquaman probably still has 2 more.
Has at least
depending on
another,
how it goes.
Yeah.
Superman doesn't exist. Like the Flash is
Yeah.
not shown.
Batman. I mean, Batman doesn't even really exist.
The Batman doesn't exist at all.
Yeah.
And if
in-
you want to
in their
continue
universe.
as Michael Keaton as your main Batman in this universe, I do think you're an idiot. I don't want that at all.
Me either.
Do you want? I don't want to see Michael Jordan come back and play in the NBA today. He's already done that shit.
Yeah.
Let somebody else come and play.
Yeah.
Jordan's
Like,
already
we're
played.
good.
I don't
We're
want to
good.
see him play. He's old.
I don't mind Jordan
I'm
coming
sorry.
back as a coach.
Yeah, let him come back. Let
Right.
him produce the movies.
Yeah.
But to come back and be your main villain in 2022 with the technology and the actors and everything that we have,
You're
stupid.
like, nah,
Ooh,
nah.
got a little hot. Anyways, the cameo in the moment was super cool when he's like,
Yeah, I
"Fuck
was
you,
like,
Barry." I
what?
was like, what is up?
Yeah.
Like only Aquaman would say it. Only Barry would like
Right.
be a dick.
They would
about
tease
it,
each
like,
other. Yeah.
True though.
Yeah.
So like I thought it was like a welcomed addition. I thought it was super super funny, and I just was
Yeah.
not expecting it. And when I heard the lightning
You were
from
like,
the
what?
Flash, I was like, no. I was like, yeah, right. Like there's no shot.
And-
Because I heard it before they flipped the camera around and showed him, and then when they showed him, they were all silhouettes. And I was
Right,
like, okay,
right,
that's
yeah.
kind of funny. Like, all right, they did show up.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of the episode,
Because then,
they
yeah,
asked,
and you're just like,
she's like, could we get the Justice League or somebody to help him?
Yeah.
So I thought they would walk by and they would all be silhouettes. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's funny.
and he's like, you guys are late assholes
they
or something.
did
right?
show up
Yeah.
and he would just walk by. But when they actually showed him, I'm like, oh, how cool is that?
Right.
Because I thought the episode was over. I thought she died. And I'm
Yeah.
like, cool.
But they could have had, I think they could have had a moment where they made it to the truck. Because I don't like that they interacted with each other.
Yeah.
And they could have had a moment where they made it back to the truck and they turn around and then all the Justice League show up.
You think it would have been better if they were just all silhouettes
Yes.
and no interaction?
Yes.
See, I think so too.
And like if they turned around and then all of the Justice League were there,
Like
right?
all 7 of them?
Yeah. And you're like, and then Chris says to
Yeah.
everybody like those
you
those
late
assholes,
assholes,
or
and just
something,
drove
right?
off.
And then they're done. But like the Justice League was too late, so Peacemaker had to take care of it.
Also, why was I guess Barry's always late.
Yeah.
I'm like, he didn't have to be late. He could have been the first one. There.
Yeah.
Like,
He could have showed up.
Yeah.
And he could show up at whatever time he wants to.
but at the end of the day, I liked it. I like that
Yeah,
Aquaman
yeah.
got to say the F word. And
Yeah.
I know people think that's so insignificant. It doesn't add any value. It doesn't.
yeah, but it's
But
a
it's
difference.
fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like it
Like-
just is funny to hear Arthur Curry say the F word to Barry and him.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Just-
Like, it's
but-
just a funny banter moment between these two characters that I really like.
And again, it grounds you in a moment that you are
that would probably something they would actually say.
exactly. You're just like, this moment is amazing, and then they ground you because guess what? These heroes tease each other like everybody else does.
Because they're on the same team, and
And
that's
it's
what teammates do.
awesome.
It was a great show. I can't wait for
Great
season
show.
2.
Yeah, I can't wait. I was very pleasantly surprised. Very happy with it.